Hi everybody. This is your friend Daniel Hutchins. We're back again. So we just did a poll on my channel to see what you guys wanted, and 100% of the poll wanted more Dan and Dallas the Puppy Show. Okay, but I got some good news and I got some bad news. The bad news is I had to get rid of one of my channels. But the good news is we still have one channel. Alright. We are only going to be operating on one channel instead of two. Yes, we're only going to be operating on one channel instead of two. So I had to remove the Revolutions 3. Yes, I had to delete the Revolutions 3, and now we're only just solely focusing on productions, and only productions only. Okay, because Revolutions was starting to get kind of a little crazy, let's just say. But anyway, Hutchins Hut Revolutions is officially dead. Revolutions Hutchins Hut is finally dead. It's only just going to be Hutchins Hut Productions, HHP. Just because it rolls off the tongue better, and I have more of an audience over there. Okay, as you see right now, I have a flashlight. We're outside. We're already 2 minutes in this video, and you see Dallas the puppy is chewing on a big long stick. Okay, so yeah, aside from my puppy eating a stick, we actually just finished up dinner not too long ago. We just had some chicken pot pie, and my mom's washing up the plates right now as we speak. As you guys probably already know, the gate over there on that side, wherever those lights are over there, you see over there, that gate is still out of service. That gate over there is out of service when we only have this park right here open, and that one is out of service because the lock had broke. But anyway, I'm gonna probably be doing more of these Dan and Dallas the puppy shows because you guys love them so much. Okay, now I have some announcements to tell you. One, I'm going to be doing the Christmas videos this week, and two, I also have other announcements as followed. One, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is finally doing better in the theaters in its first opening drive. In the first opening drive, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is doing excellent in theaters. It's doing better than Lion King Mufasa, and it's doing better than Kraven the Hunter, because Kraven the Hunter, believe it or not, which I have talked about, that actually is a movie made by the Sony Spider-Man universe. It is the last film of the Sony Spider-Man universe. And as you guys probably don't already know, or if you guys already know, I talked about a video about the death of the Sony Spider-Man universe and how they're going to try to recoup it. I spent a whole special of that a couple weeks ago. If you guys hadn't heard the news, yes, Spider-Man is finally getting sold off by Sony to the highest bidder, which in this case will be Disney. So Disney is probably going to be finally going to buy the full rights back to Spider-Man again, effective after 2025. They just have to get the paperwork and all that focused in, and then Spider-Man will fully be owned by Marvel again, just like how X-Men And just like how Fantastic Four and 20th Century Fox is bought by Marvel, just like how the Netflix universe is bought back by Marvel, yes, now we are finally probably going to be getting Spider-Man back, or full rights back to Spider-Man again, which is good news because Sony has not learned from their mistake. So, giving the property rights of Spider-Man back to Marvel is actually very smart. In fact, it's really nice because then hopefully we'll get Spider-Man 4, and also we'll be continuing more stories with our young friend Tom Holland. Tom Holland will be making movies for many more years. Hopefully spin out another trilogy and probably be in a couple more Avengers. Well, we are going to be getting a couple Avengers, and I have talked about them separately on different occasions on the channel. But anyway, case in point is Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is doing excellent in theaters. Kraven the Hunter is terrible, and it got pulled from theaters. And Spider-Man is actually going to possibly be sold to Disney and back to Marvel so that Marvel has full rights to Spider-Man again. Also, on other news, I do have to tell you, I finally watched the episodes for this week for Skeleton Crew Star Wars and the James Gunn Creature Commandos. I finally watched both of the new episodes of that this week, and my thought of both of them is kind of not good. And I'll allow you to understand why I don't feel so good about that. It's because Skeleton Crew Star Wars is basically, it's kind of a waste of space. It's a waste of space. I honestly think it's a waste of space. They could have done a much better Star Wars show for the December 24 slot, but instead we got this mediocre series that just fails to captivate the audience the way that us older generations seemed to once know. Because now it's like, oh yeah, we're introducing Star Wars to the young generation. But maybe the young generation maybe doesn't care. How about them apples? Right. I thought so. But anyway, Star Wars is doing terrible. And Marvel Sony is doing terrible. In fact, they're selling Spider-Man back to Marvel. And full rights back to Marvel. And as far as Creature Commandos, James Gunn's Creature Commandos, I finally watched a new episode for this week, and let me tell you, Creature Commandos is probably the worst cartoon I've seen in a while. And what I mean by that is because, you know how I told you how Kite Man, Hell Yeah, the spin-off of Harley Quinn, was bad? Well, if you check out Creature Commandos by James Gunn, that show is so cringe. It is so cringe. It is so cringe and so racist that I can't even understand why it's even made. Because it's like, okay, yeah, we have Rick Flag Sr. Yeah, we got Task Force M. Yeah, we had Amanda Waller. Yeah, we had all these monsters who are in Task Force M. It's like, okay. But the thing that really hit me this week was when they showed that graphic image of the Justice League all kind of spiked up. And if you've seen the episode, you guys probably know what I'm talking about. But they had this one illustration in the episode where they literally had the Justice League tied up on stakes, and there was fire, and it was really, really bad. And let me tell you, I really don't think anybody would want to watch that, because let's be honest, Creature Commandos was terrible. And I said Kite Man, hell yeah, was terrible. Well, that is terrible. Also, Star Wars Acolyte was terrible, and Star Wars Skeleton Crew was terrible. So let me just tell you right now, and right now only, the calendar of releases that we had so far for both the DC universe and for Star Wars universe, they have been epic failures. Epic failures. Like the cartoons are failures, and the shows are failures. So remember that next time you hop onto HBO Max, or next time you hop on Disney Plus. The shows are terrible. They're garbage.